My name is Ben Robertson. I am the director, writer and editor for my first ever short film, and today I will be going through the 3 months in the making of, all the behind the scenes, bloopers, mistakes I made along the way, all of that, and that is for my first ever short film, Time.
Makes you really awkward right now.
Talking about Postman Pat.
That's what I'm listening to. I'm like, what?
Right. Yeah, it's alright actually, it's not bad. It's not bad. Right, ready?
Yeah,
right, everyone, back into it, Ready?
Hold on. Go.
So for anyone wondering how this first bit was done, with the clock ticking and the time on the hand, you just basically put a keyframe in and then move the text every time the clock ticks and just add in keyframes. That is the same technique that I use for the credit roll at the end as well. Now this focus pull I can't actually do on my camera because I don't have a good enough lens for it, whereas the college camera actually has a much better lens. So this was a manual focus pull. I did this handheld, so it's not actually on a tripod this, and I just focus pulled it. I was really proud with it, and that's why it's in the final cut. I think it's a really nice way of establishing the character's name, which makes us personally identify with the character more, which is exactly what I wanted to do in this opening scene. Okay, so this shot, this is what I'm calling my show-off shot. When I was first imagining the film, I was basically up late thinking, like my head, the cogs were going and I just couldn't sleep, and especially when I first thought up this shot. I didn't have a clue I was going to do it. I laughed the first time I thought about it. The fact that I have managed to pull it off to a fairly good standard, I'm well chuffed with. So I'll explain how I did this shot now. I started by doing tests, thinking that it's just going to be a throwaway bit of time just to see if it would work. So I started by using my mum and basically taking a bit of string and attaching it to the ball and just having my mum holding the string which was holding the ball, and then just moving the ball round slowly closer to the camera. And then in post-production, I'd just cut my mum out because I'd take a blank shot of the room so that I could basically just mask the blank shot on top of my mum, if that makes sense. This is a technique that's used in film, and it has been used in film for a long time. Like, this is quite a simple technique, but if you notice, the camera actually moves. So when the camera moves, you're no longer taking a blank shot of one still frame like it's on a tripod. You are then moving the camera, and then it moves back in this shot, so it moves to the right and then it moves back. So to do that really got me thinking, and this is why I'm really happy that I pulled it off. So when I realized that I needed to move the camera, I then needed to think about how exact it needed to be. So basically the camera needed to do this whilst whoever was holding the ball was coming into shot, and it needed to move at the same pace that my blank shot did, so that I could basically paste or mask the blank shot over the person holding the ball, so all I'd be left with was a ball floating in midair. Now I tried loads of different techniques. I tried doing it in stop motion, I tried doing it in real time with somebody holding the ball on a string, like I said with my mum. I tried doing someone holding it on like a jug, and that's what we went with in the end. And then I sort of fused the idea of real time with a stop motion. So it's really hard to explain, but I'm going to try and do my absolute best to explain how I did this shot now. So step one of this shot was to take my tripod, and I got a post-it note and I cut it up so that you had the sticky bit at one end and then this bit at the other end. 2 strips of this, and put one on one bit of the tripod and put one on another part of the tripod. And that then gave me 2 reference points to move between. So I would go from here round to here and just pan, just do a simple pan, but I'd do it in a certain time frame. So I'd count down from like 50 or whatever it was when we did it. It was like going 1, 2, 3, and I'd try and get that timing exact. So the first thing we did was we shot a blank shot of me just going 1, 2, 3, 4 with nothing else in the frame, which was tricky on the day because our other friends were there, and if you look on the right there is another net like on that right hand side. So they were actually playing football there, so I was just lucky that none of them actually managed to get in the shot. The next thing we had to do is that we had to get the ball to move towards the camera. Now to explain this, I had 2 tripods. The first one was looking at the camera and I was manning that, doing the pan. The second one was just like sat in front of the camera like I am now, sat here with a glass on top of it like this, just a glass like sellotaped to the top of it. The idea was to get Brad, who was holding the jug, over where the ball was being kicked from. He had to move as slowly and with a stable hand as he could all the way round to the glass, where he then moves the ball onto the glass, which is where we then do the stop motion shots. So we've got our blank canvas where it's just all blank. Then we've got Brad moving towards the glass that's on the other tripod with the ball on the jug, which then I mask Brad out of the shot using the blank canvas, so that the ball is now just looking like it's floating, and it comes and it stops on the glass. Then I'm sure most of you are aware of how stop motion works, but it's quite a simple notion really. The ball was on the glass, we took a picture, moved the ball a little bit, took another picture, moved the ball again, took another picture, moved the ball again, and just did that repeatedly. In post-production I then edited out the glass that sits in the bottom of the frame, and then it just looks like the ball is spinning. Because the ball and the background are now 2 separate layers, it allowed me to play with the focus, so you'll notice that the focus in the background is actually knocked out, and it allows for this shallow depth of focus as the ball gets closer. Then we've got this segment where Brad actually runs up and kicks the ball. So for this, all I did was I placed the actual football in the same spot on the pitch where Brad started with the jug. We basically put a marker down to say this is where the ball's going to be kicked and then come up from. So we placed the actual ball, and I told him to just run up and kick this real football. So he runs up, he kicks the football towards the goal. We do a couple of takes of that. I record a sound effect of the ball being kicked, which you hear in the final cut, and then in post-production I then have to again use that blank frame so that when he kicked, as soon as that ball starts to move, it disappears off the screen. The ball just disappears. And another challenge that came with that is that real ball had a real life shadow, and I had to mask both the ball and the shadow off the screen as they both travel off the screen in real time. And then we've got the globe. So what it is it's Google Earth. So then you see the globe start to spin, and all I did was cut out all the space that's around it. And then what I did is you'll see that the Earth slowly begins to stop its spin, and that's when I clicked the first placement marker, and all it does is it animates in for us. It does it all itself. If you've ever used Google Earth, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And then when it stopped on Great Britain, I pressed the next marker and it took us in, and I got it to do like this spin, and it just spins in to the UK, to that exact part of the path. And then all we had to do later on was go and shoot Brad on the path. And this is the next part. This is bloody confusing, but it looks good, so it's fine. So for this bit, this is still all Google Earth whilst we're above Brad on the map. But what you'll see if you look really carefully is Brad is actually on the map. You can actually see him on the map and he's moving as well. So if you're interested on how we actually shot this bit, it's literally just a green screen. We put a big green screen out on the floor. I said to Brad, just ride your bike over the green screen. I was above him with a camera, and then that is just it, like scaled down, and I placed him on the path, and then yeah, used keyframes to make him bigger as the camera comes closer. And the way we did this is I basically had my tripod on full length like this, and sat on my tripod was my DJI Ronin S, which is a stabilizer, and then we got that above shot. And then all I had to do is Brad had to ride as slow as he could, whilst I come round him with the camera, get that close up of his face, come down into the tyre where I know that I'm going to make that match cut to the cup in the party bit. We had to do so many takes of this to get it right, literally take after take after take to get this shot right. Take 974. Right, try and stay as close to me again.
Sure thing, Robbo. I'm on it, Robbo. Let's go.
Right. Close to me as you can.
Ready?
I am ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Back towards me.
Oh. No, I'm failing here then.
Tiring, tiring.
That one completely flopped.
Go.
You asked for faster.
Take 3. Hold on. Action.
Sorry.
It's fine.
And I'm like, come on, Brad, woo.
Hold on.
You can do it, girl.
3, 2, 1.
And action. It's alright.
Anyone else touch?
Just.
You can get a bit closer.
Wait, hey, no, here's a shout. Here's a shout. Before you film, couldn't you just film me throwing it in and then film a different part of Brad drinking it?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Just
let me do it for now.
Yeah, go on.
Right, go.
Post.
Then there's this bit which is a really nice transition from Brad drinking in the beer pong to him dancing and partying. This is my garage, by the way. We proper like decked it out with lights and stuff, and there was a smoke machine there as well, and it was just really nice. And Dan and Danica did a great job of being party goers, especially Dan, which is surprising because he doesn't drink, and he's an absolute drunken mess in this. He really is.
Go on, Brad.
Come on.
Go on.
Come on.
Go on, drink it, man. Go on, yes. Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. Go on, get it down. You go on. Go on. Go on, mate. Get it down, yeah. Go on. Go on, hurry up. Go on. Tip it now, lad.
Acting, nice Dan. Get yourself in the cam. That's it, nice close up.
I'm trying my hardest.
You're just not committed enough.
There's so many things on my mind. I don't know what you want me to do.
Neither do I. But if this doesn't work, no, I can't do it.
So you'll be on your phone, and I'll probably start about here, and then I'll probably just come round like this, and when I come to the back, you'll be like Z, you'll be seen on a phone, and I can just say look up, like I can just say it. So I just say look up, and then both of you look and make eye contact. And then if you just want to like then walk over, so you step up and walk over, and then you just come and sit in this seat. No, Z, and then I'd just come round and sort of just stop there for a second, and then I'm going to come round and behind Brad's back like that, so that I can transition into the next shot. Bit confused. Shit.
Did you just...
Right, okay. So yeah, this wedding scene, it was a really hot day, and I was sweating and I was in shorts and a t-shirt, so I can't imagine what Brad and Z were feeling like there in that suit and that dress. Like, yeah, and it was quite a long day as well. It was a lot longer than I expected it to be. I expected us to get to the church, film and come back within like an hour, but it took about Our day was maybe 3 hours of filming, just for literally a 15-second shot, and well, not even that, like 15 seconds worth of shots, because we shot this and the housing bit on the same day.
And sold 107 Vixen Grove to the man in the black shirt and the woman in the white dress.
So, that's my voice. Okay, so I'm about to use the camera and the mic, which is quite underexposed at the moment, but we don't need that for audio anyway, and I'm going to record my little cameo, which is the sound clip of me selling them the house. So, yeah, sorry about the really low exposure. Take one. And sold to the man in the blue jumper and the woman in the white dress. And sold 107 Vixen Grove. And sold 107 Vixen Grove to the... And sold the woman... I think he's in a black coat. Let me check. I can't even remember. What's he wearing? And sold 107 Vixen Grove. And sold 107 Vixen Grove to the man in the black top and the woman in the white jeans. White jeans, white dress. Oh, this acting stuff, I gotta give him credit. It's all... And sold 107 Vixen Grove to the man in the black shirt and the woman in the white dress. That'll do. And sold 107 Vixen Grove to the man in the white... Yeah, I give up. That other take was fine. Half the take will do.
What you dreaming or not? Yeah, I'll dream.
Come on, Brad, get in it. Ready? There you go. I've had one with some film. Look really desperate. Not that desperate. So after 3 months of shooting, countless hours of editing, up late just working on this film, thinking about this film, not being able to sleep, it all came down to the last day of shooting. So it is now the last day of filming. We've got quite a lot to film. I'm just watching graduation videos and trying to like get a bit of research on what it's supposed to look like. So I've got the gown here and I've got the cap for Brad to wear. So that's the first thing we're going to film this morning. We've got so much to film today. Like it all comes down to the last day, and like so much of it is done, and it's all, most of it's edited now as well. It is literally just down to this day. So I'm gonna meet up with Brad and crack on with probably the longest and maybe the hardest day of filming so far. And toggle. Hold on, I think that I don't like the dog in the shot. So before we ruin it and reset, I'll wait for the dog to get off the shot. I feel like he might go through the woods, which would help us out. Yes. Go away! Go away! Get out of my wall! Get out of the shot! Right, ready?
Got such a fat head. It's really hot in here. And stop.
Very gentle when approaching junctions.
It's like David Attenborough.
I drive so that the camera stays as still as possible. Or...
Hey, that's not looking bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
I'm not jinxing it though.
Soft. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I said soft braking only and it just went to shit.
It's still filming.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a lovely tilted angle. Just have it on your face.
Yeah, no.
We don't need it on mine. Hello. We're back until we. It's another roundabout. Oh no! Right, soft braking only. Soft braking only.
Alright, Doreen.
Doreen, we don't need you, Doreen.
We don't need you, Doreen.
Come on, last
Woo!
day. Literally. What's it? How long have we been filming for?
A long time.
When did we film that? When did we film the football shot?
Probably around about April, wasn't it?
So, how many months ago was that?
2, 3. 3 months.
Hold on, Doreen. Hold on tight. We got speed bumps. Speed bumps ahead. Oh, the camera's actually not too bad on the speed bumps. Feeling pressured from this aggressive van.
Turn left.
Turn left.
Oh, says no,
Mate, just because you can slide over the speed bumps. Oh, we've got a pelican. Get out of the way, pelican. Oh, get. Yes,
Oh.
go away.
Why would you do that?
Because he was in the way, the stupid pelican.
It's a pigeon.
Ain't nobody gonna cry today. I don't know where I'm going. You know what? Sharp turning. Right, hold on. I'm pulling over.
We're pulling over.
Okay, so basically what we've got here is we've got the retirement card that we're about to use in the short film, but I'm going to let Brad write his own message, and only if you're watching the behind the scenes will you actually know what it says in the card before we shoot.
Wow, it's a treat for everyone.
Okay, let's see what you write.
Well done for being an old lazy fart. Wait, old lazy fart and not achieving anything in your life. Die in peace. Not achieving anything in life. Die in peace. That's that, guys. That's what I'm reading to myself.
Okay, and that is a wrap on Brad.
What?
Being an old man. Brad, you're done. We can finish, like that's it.
No!
So yeah, that's it. That for filming. We're going to go to the editing. I'm going to edit. Brad's going to wander off slowly. And yeah, that is it for like 3 months of filming.
Woo!
I think we said earlier we've got about 4 hours of footage for a 5-minute film, which is ridiculous. But I think from what we've got so far, it looks good. So that is it. Hopefully we don't have to reshoot. When I watch back what we've shot today, because we've shot a lot today, I think we shot 5 scenes in one day, because Brad's makeup, we needed to get it all in the same day. So yeah, that is it. That is a wrap on Brad, and thank God
And a
I
wrap
don't
on
have
you
to.
as well. You don't have
no,
to do any more.
I don't have to carry that massive, heavy camera around anymore. Okay,
There we go.
done.
Hold on, sweetie. Just a sec. Your mum, she's not well.
And once that was done, it was time to premiere the film, which was something that I will never forget. This was an amazing moment, to be able to sit with my friends and family and just enjoy all my hard work and a lot of other people's hard work as well. Yeah, I am really grateful for this moment, and it's something that I will never forget. So that's the shot, that's the trailer.
Okay, it wasn't as bad, but I thought you were going to do something really silly with it, to be honest.
It wasn't the bloopers, don't worry.
Brad looks like he didn't need to do the film now, he wouldn't need the
There's more bloopers of me falling over like stools and stuff.
down. Last bit.
That was a lot. That was so much better than I thought
Don't
it
get
was
him
going
going, Ellie.
So what are your initial thoughts?
That was a lot better than I thought. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but that was better than I thought. I really like it.
That's good.
So with that concludes the behind the scenes video. I hope I explained it well enough. Like, it's quite complex, especially the ball bit. So I hope that sort of makes sense. But yeah, with that said, this was my first ever short film. Please let me know what you thought of it. I've worked really hard on it and I'm really proud of it. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of it, either on this video or on the actual short film itself. Also, if you didn't know, there is a teaser trailer that I released a week before the short film even came out, so make sure you go and look at the teaser trailer as well, because I think that was a really good marketing strategy, and I really thought that the short, that teaser trailer was really well made, and I'm really proud of that as well. So that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going on holiday very soon now, so I'm hoping to record a lot of that and get another travel video out, because that's what I enjoy doing, as well as making short films. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 3 months. That's where I've been, so I hope it was worth it. I hope you all enjoyed that, and here's to bigger and better things. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the future.